Green flag. And as it stands, we are already underway in qualifying tonight in the IORA Cup Series, but it looks just a bit different. Right now, River Page leading in a consolation race to get into the field tonight. Our heat races went on a little early, and unfortunately, we had to skip our second. 7 drivers are already locked in. We are looking for our 8th and final driver to join them as the race will get on in just a moment. Lap 12 out of 15. We're getting going very, very soon. As you can see, River Page looks to be the final driver to join the field in just a moment's time. He'll be able to do just that. 12 laps through out of 15 in this qualifying consolation. It's going to be a 50-lap main event at Nashville Fairgrounds, 8 rounds into the championship hunt. And River Page is on a tear thus far, looking great in the number 24 machine. And he's leading, dominating this one. As we now have 2 laps left to settle it. River Page going to join the field of 7 and get into the show with ease. And as a result, we're going to have our 8-car field set here at Nashville. A total of 17 drivers have come to qualify, and it looks like at the end of the day, only 8 of which will be able to get through to the main event. The final of which coming across the back straightaway once again, River Page leading the way in this consolation. Checkered flag, it's out, and it's over. River Page is in, and that sets the field. And he's gonna ride the wall there. And at the end of the day, River Page has made his way in. Damian Vega, the first man out, 7/10 away. And that is going to set the field if, of course, they choose to stick to the way it was. And it looks like they're going to do just that. Well, let's find out whether or not that is the case. If not, we will have a field of over 7 drivers. And it looks like that is the case now. Automatically setting the field to be more drivers. It's going to be 16 cars, and the final of which is Braxton Whitaker. And as a result, our second heat was the consolation. And sort of mimicking a heat, we are going to have a different starting grid. And now, let's try to run through just that. Unfortunately, timing and scoring is only counting the fastest laps in the qualifying to determine the heats. But as it stands, it's James Thurston, top of the charts over Chase Schaefer in heat number 1, the one and only. And it's going to be the driver of the 96 getting it done. Then Chase Schaefer on the front row as well, outside front row in the 99 machine, followed by Michael Cormetis in 3rd. Then in the 4th position, it's Sean Conklin in the 54, followed by Jackson Carr, and Sean Rowe is behind in position number 6. Max Molina, River Page, 4th row with Damian Vega and Mason Moriarty in the 5th row. Rounding at the top 10, Moriarty is Caden Walker, Corey Lyles, Michael Dietz, Brandon Sheridan, and John Smith are the top 15, and your final driver, Braxton Whitaker, is in the 16th spot for today's 50-lap feature. And Nashville Fairgrounds is a short track, so it's going to be a lot of action here tonight. And a special challenge for every one of these drivers heading back to NASCAR's roots with the NASCAR Next-Gen cars. On the inside, it's Thurston. On the outside is Chase Schaefer, and these two are coming in with just a bit of a rivalry, as we have seen them go back at it race after race, and the iRacing pace car already going down. It's got one lap left before we get back to the action. And when it does come down, we will see every one of these drivers back at full pace once more. Let's see what they've got in store for one another. It's going to be go time in just a moment's time here, a little later than we usually have our races begin, just about 15 minutes after, but nonetheless, we are here looking for a great start once more in one of the great leagues on iRacing, IORA, led off by two great drivers, Thurston and Schaefer, and Michael Cormetis in third. We saw Cormetis and Thurston last night in the FORL Cup Series. Andrew Goody came out as the winner, but those two put on a great show on their one-off starts. It's green once again, and for the first time, it's in the main event. James Thurston's going to lead off 50 laps to settle this. And just a bit early we go. Honor Cat in the chat, Ethan Dweldy back again. 414 fan of James Thurston saying that Chase Schaefer's car is a bit ugly and certainly not happy with Schaefer, but thank you all for stopping by so early. We love the support, greatly appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the show as the night is getting underway once more. James Thurston going to lead him through with Chase Schaefer in second and Sean Conklin in position number 3. And it's just getting started here. And it looks like it still says checkered flag on the screen, but that is not the case. We are green, green, green. Well, let's get to it. Thurston with a dominating start. And as we look back now, Sean Conklin has second position locked up. And just for a moment, now Sean Conklin's in the wall, and he's got some pressure from Page. Page is your first qualifier from the consolation. He's already made his way up into the 4th position. Conklin into 3rd after brushing the wall, and Schaefer gets back into 2nd. It's a 6/10 deficit between the top two drivers, and the 96 leads over the 99. Lap 4 out of 50s actually looks to be the longest run we've had so far. Green flag on the night. And when you take the best drivers on both heats, the first heat and then the consolation, you're going to get some better racing, that's for certain. James Thurston is pulling away right now. And the camera is doing that lead justice. Mason Moriarty in the back of the field. Looks like he's around. Single car incident. The Kempton excavating machine not going to make any contact with the wall. He's back underway. Moriarty in the position number 14. And everyone in front of him still seems to be clean and green. As you can see, Sean Rowe there in the 7th spot as they come right through the mark. That makes Moriarty left on the racetrack. Thurston's already almost a 1/5 of the way through this race. A very short distance to the main event, allowing him to bide his time and conserve just a bit. As Cormetis going to go side by side with River Page. Cormetis getting the better of Page that time. And 7 laps through out of 50. These guys are already going to have to race pretty quick. Not a lot of mileage here at Nashville. You're going to divide it over, and it's going to be just about maybe 10-15 miles of action here tonight. As Sean Conklin's still getting some pressure here from Chase Schaefer. Let's ride on board with Sean Conklin. Whoa! Big wiggle from Chase Schaefer, and now he's back in 3rd. Now we're going to watch on board with the 99 machine. Looks like he wiggled just a bit there as James Thurston comes up on a first lap traffic in John Smith. Now, Schaefer riding the inside line gets a monster exit. But his entry is what we especially are going to note. Gets up to 5th gear, goes down to 4th, and using the shifting to his advantage, getting the revolutions per minute from that engine. And the higher revs he can get, much more acceleration. Getting that engine to work at the optimal rates. Temperature not too much of a concern. It is sunset, and it will only get darker as Conklin's going to tap the wall. He's going to get a tap from Chase Schaefer, and the battle keeps going. Lap 10 of 50 already. And you can see, getting into the wall once again, Schaefer's going to have a really easy time getting through if he just gets a bit of room. Doesn't want to spin the car out in the first heat. Reported upon that Chase Schaefer spun on the last lap. That's the reason he didn't sit on the pole. He had a monster exit, the Monster Designs machine did, and he was not able to capitalize on it, and he spun the car out as they were going to both pass John Smith with ease. Smith giving a bit of a hassle there to the driver, the 99, but Schaefer's going to wiggle it, and he's still in control. Nonetheless, Conklin's getting a lot of damage, and while he accumulates the damage, he's accumulating a gap over the 99 machine. River Page in 4th, still hunting them all down. Let's go throughout the field now. Damian Vega having a lot of work to do with the driver of Aiden Walker. Aiden Walker getting very close to Vega, and Vega, yet another driver to transfer out of the last chance consolation. And Vega up into 6th right now on pace with the best of the best in the IORA Cup Series just beside him. And now it looks to be a side-by-side battle that Aiden Walker is going to get through on, and so is Sean Rowe. Looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1 pass there, and it's going to be the loser of both passes, Damian Vega, watching and waiting. Sean Rowe going to back off that time by. Oriel Lyles now going to be fighting just behind Michael Diaz in the 57 machine. And this appears to be just behind a battle that had a driver go off of the racetrack. We don't see who it was, but Diaz right now getting up on the high side of Oriel Lyles for just a moment. You can see now the 56 Hooters machine fighting with the Hendrick Cars 57, both Hendrick sponsors in real life. And it looks like Diaz is going to be the loser of that battle as Aiden Walker now fighting with River Page for the first time. And Page is on a roll, but Aiden Walker appears to have the momentum right now. The long run car, perhaps longest run we've gotten all night. Very impressive job by every one of these drivers to keep it together effectively as the race just has gotten going. This might be the shortest race we've had all year. As it stands, 17 laps through, and we've all been live for 12 minutes, and we've caught both the consolation race and the main event on stream. Very short night of racing here tonight, it appears. Thurston's almost already halfway through. James Thurston fighting side by side. Not anymore. He's far away. The top 3 are as well, and Aiden Walker getting clawed down, and now clawing down Michael Cormenis as well. With the speed that Aiden Walker has, is it possible with the long run we might see an upset winner in the driver of the 93 machine looking for his first win this season? It's been a storybook year for Sean Conklin in second, but now it looks to be a 3-peat win for James Thurston, looking to repeat the history that we saw from Sean Conklin. We didn't think it would be possible, but now it looks to be, and that is something else. Thurston looking to repeat history here. And now lap 21 of 50. Page losing some ground now. Sean Rowe on the hunt. Then the rear view camera, Sean Rowe going to get a really good midpoint there. Not enough on the exit, but he's still going to be side by side heading into the turn. And it looks like that time by it's going to be a battle won by Sean Rowe. For just a moment, they're still side by side with Damian Vega watching and waiting as Rowe's going to pick it up to the high side that time by. It's far from over here in Nashville. From the inside line, Damian Vega goes, tries to make something happen there on Sean Rowe. And look at that, down to the inside line, 23 out of 50. We're seeing some great battles here in Nashville. River Page leading the battle for 6th position right now with Damian Vega on the loose. River Page appears to have some damage accumulated on that car, and we're going to see whether or not that's going to affect him. He got past Sean Rowe, and now he's going to have to get past Damian Vega because Vega's on the loose. Vega going to run him real high. River Page going to use that to his advantage, getting an awful lot of momentum. No, he's going to slap the wall. Big time damage. Max Molina is going to get around, but Max Molina is a lap car. The battle persists. It's Damian Vega and Sean Rowe. Now Thurston catching up to the driver, Jackson Carr in 11th, trying to lap more and more drivers. He's leading by 2.4 seconds. Michael Cormenis now being chased by Aiden Walker. Walker losing a bit of the pace that he had. Looks like he burns it all up. And Cormenis gets back out in front. Schaefer, 5 seconds ahead of the driver in 5th, but he's 5 seconds behind your race leader, Sean Conklin, split in the middle as Braxton Whitaker's going to cut him no room. But Conklin gets by nonetheless. Lap 27 out of 50. These guys are flying, tell you what. This is the onboard camera for James Thurston in the 96 machine. You can watch how calm and collected he is every single movement of the steering wheel. With 23 laps left, it's almost as if it's a Sunday drive. And this man is moving. 22 laps to go already, and we're going to send it to our TrackHams22.com. Crank it up. TrackHams22.com, the best cameras on the iRacing service. We're going to send it to the non-stop action real quick. On board with John Smith there for just a moment. The 48 machine going to be put 2 laps down on pace with 18 laps to go. We've had 33 straight laps of clean green racing, and it's important to note, when we have a caution, if we do, caution laps will not count. That might slow down this race exponentially. But so far, it's been Thurston Mania tonight. Incredible job, but surely he's going to have some choice words, because it looks like this race just hasn't been a race. Everyone's just running at their own pace, and certainly very few drivers are battling. Right now, Aiden Walker is one of them, trying to chase up on Michael Cormetis. Cormetis in 4th, and it's Aiden Walker in position number 5. Closest battle on the racetrack, it appears, for position is this battle for 4th. We have one with Corey Lyles right now as he's chasing River Page. Page losing pace. He's back down to 8th position, where he qualified due to his first place finish in the consolation race. And down to the inside, 15 laps to go. River Page, not a lot of pressure, although he has some of the most pressure-filled moments lap after lap because of the distance the driver of Michael Dietz has in relativity to him. Corey Lyles there as well. Corey Lyles, 6/10 of a second back on Page. Aiden Walker, River Page, they are both involved in 2 of the closest battles here all night. Sean Conklin in 2nd, and he's got a major gap with the remainder of the field here. He's stuck in lap traffic. Jackson Carr, Michael Dietz, and he's already lapped Mason Moriarty himself. And with 14 laps left, looks to be no stopping Thurston Mania here tonight. Out in his own world, he's gained almost a 5-second deficit. Rather an advantage, a deficit for Sean Conklin over the course of 38 laps. We've got 13 more to decide him. Now it's going to be 12 more to decide him. River Page in 8th, Rowan 7th, Vega position number 6, and Aiden Walker in 5th with Michael Cormetis in 4th. And the podium places, Chase Schaefer has fallen from 2nd to 3rd. Sean Conklin's gone up 1. He's now in 2nd, and James Thurston, we've stated beforehand, he's still running laps akin to his best lap times. Of course, lap traffic getting in the way, making it that much harder. As it looks like right now, we've got a big battle between some guys who are lapped down. Jackson Carr, Michael Dietz, and Mason Moriarty. These guys are 3 wide. This is for position. Moriarty at the wall, right in front of the 2nd place driver. Caution flag. It won't bring out, but that was going to be a close one. Mason's back on his way in 12th. He's got no control. He's going to spin it.
The yellow flag's
out, 10 to go. This changes everything. And arguably, Mason could have brought it down to pit road and we would have avoided the yellow. But this will make your race that much longer. 9 laps left. Now let's go on board with Mason Moriarty for just a moment here. Sending it a minute back. Immediately trying to find out what happened to the driver of the 6 machine. He's already on his way. This is the battle. And you can see with a lap car, such as Mason Moriarty, fighting with Sean Conklin. The challenge goes down to the inside, loses control, overcorrects, sends it in the wall there. And it looks like instead of going down pit road, Moriarty tries to keep it going. Doesn't work it out. Spins it. That prompts yellow number 1, and perhaps the only yellow of the night. A short race here in Nashville. A 50-lap feature, and it's only taken us about 15 minutes so far. 8 laps to go. Moriarty back on his way, but that's going to be an awful lot of damage. And it's going to change the complexion of this one entirely. Damian Vega is scored as your new race leader. Everyone's coming down pit road. Now it's going to be Schaefer. Behind Thurston, that looks to be your effective race lead for Thurston. And Schaefer just behind him once more. 7 laps left. And I'm certain that while this does change the way this race is going, it's going to be a lot harder for any driver to understand how to race now. It's a 7-lap. It's going to be more like a 5-lap shootout when we get back to the racing. And after a 40-lap endurance section of this one, it's a much different way of racing the car, racing the drivers around you nonetheless. It takes a different set of skills as Thurston leads them over the remainder of the field. He's led every lap here today. And Schaefer not on the same level with 6 laps left. Looks like now this caution might be his saving grace. He's been much closer on the short run. The iRacing pace car leading them all through, and as it stands, iRacing, we are using as our service to provide these incredible races with some incredible drivers on board. And iRacing is the place to be. If you want to join the fun, our referral code is in the description. And you're going to want to use this promotional code to get 3 months of action for $5. Comes with over a dozen cars and tracks. And it's a lot of content to give it the same group of drivers such as this. You're going to want PR-Hot Laps, HOT-LAPS, and that's going to give you 3 months of iRacing for $5. Just be sure to use our referral link. It helps us immensely. Every bit of support is greatly appreciated. We've had members of this community use them before, and it goes right back into making these streams that much better. It's going to be a 4-lap dash here in the fairgrounds. Thurston looking to finish this the way he started. He's led them all. But Chase Schaefer, let's see if he's got anything to say about it.
Green flag.
First race of the night. Let's get racing. 4 laps left. And Schaefer's on a roll already. New race leader with 4 to go. If he's able to pull this one off, could be the upset of the season. Looking for win number 1. Chase Schaefer is. Thurston not going to back down easy. No! Your leader spins! Chase Schaefer from the lead is going to go around, and we have no yellow.
The yellow flag is out.
Until now. And he might have just thrown away his winning chances then and there. From first. Looks to be able to get a few positions back from Page and a skid across. But that means a lot so late. And Thurston, as you could see, just watched and waited. And this one, Schaefer went around just getting a little too much off of the corner. A very good corner before then. And just loses it. Similar to Mason Moriarty, gets into the wall. And his winning chances are over then and there. I don't think there's enough time to repair the car and get him back in track position at the same time. So as a result, Chase Schaefer in a different ballpark. And Freeman Racing Network saying Thurston spun. That was Chase Schaefer. Thurston is also involved. And we're going to see that. Thank you, Kyle Freeman. And it looks like our FORL's Season 1 champion coming back to watch IORA. James Thurston has spun at the same time, and we hardly caught it. Let's find out what happened. We're going to watch the restart once again. At towards 10:07 saying rain at turn 1, and it looks like that is indeed the case. Chase Schaefer by that point was already around. And no! Under yellow! Thurston's around. Dominating this one. And Mason Moriarty went around as well. We were page 2. And James Thurston down and out as well. Sean Conklin, your new race leader. And everything's changed up once again. It's going to be Conklin and Cormenis. And Conklin looking to come out here with the points lead, dominating the season early on. Not as much as a recent. Looking to get that 4th win on the year. Well, Cormenis looks for win number 1. And with Thurston, the dominator of this race, spinning just as the yellow flag came out, John Conklin in the catbird seat to win tonight. Looks to have his chance with a 2-lap shootout, our first overtime of this event. What a race we've had here in Nashville. A lot has happened in the last few laps. Our leaders have spun multiple times over. And the complexion of this one has changed immensely. Three laps left here from Nashville. Let's find out who's got what it takes to get it done in style from the fairgrounds. Conklin, Cormenis, Walker, and Sean Rowe. They have not been up front all night. Time to see whether or not they can finish it off. In a way, not much like the way they started. The pace car, it's off, but the drivers ready to get back to it.
Green flag,
it is green again here in the fairgrounds. First overtime of the night. And Cormenis getting a nice start on the outside line, side by side with Sean Conklin. Nobody is happy with Sean Conklin. He's intentionally wrecked quite a few people. We've got a wreck in the back. We'll see whether or not they get to the white flag. It looks like they
Yellow
will
flag is
not.
out.
The race is not over. Robert Page involved, Corey Lyles involved. We are back under yellow. Let's find out what happened very early on. Looks like it actually happened with Jackson Carr. Let's find out. It looks like Braxton Whitaker got under him. Carr goes around. Whitaker slams into the wall. Thurston looks like he barely escapes. Then it's Lyles and Page getting the worst. And let's watch on board with James Thurston. Try to find out what happened. Looks like he actually did make some contact. Still keeping it straight. He's going to gain quite a few positions. And interesting to note, Chase Schaefer back up to 6th as Thurston gets up to 9th. 3-point deficit, or rather a 3-position deficit, as we come back for our second overtime. And no driver thus far has retired from the race, with the exception of the 16 machine in Brendan Sheridan. 3 laps left, not a lot of time to get it done. And it looks like going to be a challenge to get back to the white flag. We're going to take a quick break to advertise our next race of the night. We will have another stream in just about 50 minutes time. It's going to be the Highliner Racing League, and it's going to be at Mid-Ohio. The Bearcat Motorsports Grand Prix, a 1-hour timed event. And here it is. It's a message from the Highline Racing guys. We hope you enjoy. answer the message later. The race is back underway.
Green flag,
By Sean Conklin. Green flags out once more, and let's get back to it. Cormenis gets a much better start that time by. And Conklin wiggles up to the inside to try to get to him. Chase Schaefer on his way. Moriarty back in the wall. Now it's Schaefer up to position number 4 with 2 laps to go. Coming down to the stripe. We will make the white flag. 1 lap left. Next flag ends it. Nathan Walker gets down to the inside line. He's going to turn Sean Conklin. Chase Schaefer out in front. 2 turns left. Thurston spins. 2 turns to get it done. Checkered flag is waving. And Schaefer, from wrecking to winning, wins it at Nashville. Last our first challenge. He did it. Race is over. And Chase Schaefer gets it done in style. The shortest race on the IORA Cup Series season. And we had quite a long ending to finish it off. Walker second, Dietz third, Moriarty fourth, River, Page fifth. And John Smith gets a 6th place finish. Damien Vega 7th, Corey Lyles in 8th. Braxton Whitaker gets yet another top 10 in 9th. And Jackson Carr in 10th. Schaefer already burning down. Let's try to find out what happened. How about that? Let's get an instant replay on the matter and see what happened. And this is where it all began. How about it? And Chase Schaefer leads them through. We're going to try to find out what happened again. Getting a better angle of what happened between Aiden Walker and the driver of Sean Conklin. Because this is where it all goes down. Conklin has wrecked quite a few people intentionally for the victory. And Sean Rose spins on his own accord. But Walker does the deed, spins Conklin, and this is going to get Chase Schaefer right through. And that's what settles it. Michael Dietz able to make it through the chaos, does not get hit by Sean Conklin. And it looks like here we have yet another incident. Damien Vega involved. Vega and Cormenis spin coming to the line. And as a result, Vega going to lose an awful lot of positions. Michael Cormenis falls out of the top 10 and gives it to Jackson Carr. But Chase Schaefer, he gets it done. How about that? And the celebration far from over for the first time winner on the season. How about that? Far from the cameras now. But Schaefer celebrating the victory nonetheless. And he's parking it down on the start-finish line. And what a race that was. Quite different from the norm here in IORA. And it looks like you get it done in style from wrecking on the first overtime of the night. You got all the way back up. How you feeling, Chase Schaefer? Win number 1 on the year.
Yo, this is my first win I think I've ever gotten in this series. I've never won an IORA, so this one's actually really nice. Came close, I don't know how many times, but we finally got it done. Oh, I'm so excited. When I self-spun, I thought it was over, so I have no idea how I won that.
Absolutely. Quite the upset finish. We saw you spin around. What was the game plan after that? Because you certainly turned it around and ended up getting the win.
Well, my first game plan was just to survive, because all the way back there, with how many wrecks there had been, I was more scared about just getting clobbered and having to restart. But fortunately, I was able to slowly work my way up. I started 5th on that last restart, and from there, just the cards were there.
And you are right about that. Seems you and James Thurston had a pace all night. What separated you from Thurston and eventually getting the victory?
Oh, Thurston just had all that long run pace. I had probably 15 minutes less practice than him, so I was just trying to figure out how to not lock up those fronts. So I was putting that brake bias all the way to the back and everything. I just couldn't get it to work. So that was really what was holding me back. But other than that, Thurston was really fast. The only way I passed him in the heat and in the race was if I was on the outside on that restart and I was able to just, pin him down, because that inside when you're pinned down is just not good at all. So, that's a good one. That is a good one.
And getting it done, first time winner in the IORA Cup Series on a short track. Next week, a short track as well. We're going back to Bristol, but this time on the pavement. You think you have a shot there?
I mean, we'll see. I don't know how good I am. I think Bristol, I'm usually all right with these cars. It's not my strong suit, but we'll see how they are. Just slowly seeing that my progress, my performances have been getting better in the series. So I'm really excited for that, and we'll have to see what we do. Heads up.
Absolutely getting it done in style here tonight. Chase Schaefer winning for the first time here in the IORA Cup Series. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
And how about that? Now we're going to get on to our second place finisher of Aiden Walker in the 93 machine. And it looks like Aiden Walker is in the voice chat. And here we go. Aiden Walker, runner up tonight. How you feeling?
Well, first of all, River Page is someone that has done so many things tonight. You better watch out for next race, but yeah, that was just, there was a bunch of things that happened that race. Yeah, I guess it is what it is, but P2 is fine. I mean, if Conklin's gonna be mad at me for pretty much doing what he's done to multiple drivers, then I mean, he also cut down because what I was gonna do is start from the right above the seam, but then he cut down to force me pretty much almost to the apron by the corner and middle of the corner. So I mean, if he's gonna whine about that, then he's gotta learn.
And it looks like an incident there between you and Conklin at the end of it. What caused that, and how did it end up turning out after?
Well, since Conklin's being a baby about it, he'll probably just try wrecking me next week. But if he does, yeah. But I was also locking up on the entry because, well, it's the final lap. I mean, also, we probably should have done a 100 lapper. I'm just gonna say that now because usually we end about 9, but now we ended at like 8, which it was way too quick of a race. But I guess we'll see what next week becomes. So.
Absolutely. Next week, Bristol Pavement. How you feeling going into that one? Still a strong season thus far. Looking for your first win on the season.
Well, I mean, Conklin's probably gonna win that by moving someone out of the way, but I mean that's one of his best tracks, almost. Just because the tires are always wearing way too quick, because iRacing doesn't want to fix that tire model, which they should. But I mean, I guess we'll see.
Absolutely. Runner up here on the night, nonetheless. Aiden Walker, thank you for your time. And there we have it. How about we get our third place driver, Michael Dietz, podium position, I believe, for the first time this season. How are you feeling after that chaotic event?
I should not be in here. I mean, there's a lot of guys here that are like a million times faster than me, and I am not good at this racetrack in just about anything. But I'll take it. I just found the open holes and went through them. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say.
And absolutely, at the end of it, getting through all of the wreckage with Sean Conklin. Looks like biding the time was the way to go. We had a very long first stint, but you were able to pull your way back up from laps down to getting back up to the podium positions. How is it going through that running order?
Tough. This is a bumpy racetrack, and the next-gen cars, it feels very I guess wobbly or something, but it's definitely a challenge. And I think I've said before that maybe like intermediates are more of my thing, but like I said, I can't believe I got third out of all of that.
And certainly getting back up in front, and it looks like yet another night of improvement. I believe last week you actually did get a top 10, and now in the podium places. Bristol Pavement next week. How are you feeling going into that?
I finished second there in NIS, so we'll see.
And certainly doing good in NIS, and it's going to be a different scenario here. And going into the remainder of the season, any final thoughts?
Hopefully this is something I can build off of, I'm not the fastest compared to like a lot of these guys, but just keep showing up every week and see where it goes from there.
Absolutely. Michael Diaz, first podium on the season, and thank you for your time.
And for
And there we have it. That is your race here tonight. We're going to go back to the Highline message because we do have a little bit of extra time on the night. And first, we're going to get your results from this race here in Nashville. 61 laps. Eventually, it was a 50-lap race in the schedule, but we extended it by 11 laps at the tail end. But this does not appear to be the case. John Smith is not your race winner. That's actually your original qualifying grid. And that shows the parity we had in the night. Chase Schaefer, the race winner, as Aiden Walker, qualifying 11th, gets up into second. Then Michael Dietz in third, Mason Moriarty fourth, and River Page rounds out the top five with John Smith, Damian Vega, Corey Laus, Braxton Whitaker, and Jackson Carr rounding out the top 10. Following them, Michael Cormez in 11th and Max Molina in 12th with Sean Conklin in 13th and Sean Rowe in 14th. In the top 15, James Thurston qualified first but ended up in the back of the pack with Brandon Sheridan 48 laps down in 16th. How about that? What a night we have had, and a great night of action with Chase Schaefer taking the top spot in the running order. And a great show put on by the driver of that 99. Let's go get to our brief message before we get back to the action here. Going to be one you are not going to want to miss. From the Highline Racing League, we go live with them in 38 minutes time, 9:30 Eastern Seaboard time. They're a great group of guys to watch, and we hope you enjoy this brief presentation. And there we have it, a great presentation, and we will be live at Mid-Ohio in just a few moments' time at 9:30 Eastern Seaboard time, same channel, so stick around. We would love to have you. All the support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you have a great night up to this point. We're just getting started, but we hope nonetheless that you enjoyed this one. Thank you all for watching, and we hope you have a great night.